Hey everyone, and welcome back. I hope everyone had a good time designing their flying machine in the Tynker Mob Editor. Now, in this video, I'll show you how I made my flying machine. I'll be making a blimp out of a turtle. To start, I chose the turtle as my mob. I'm going to turn this turtle into a blimp. One of the things that I like to do when working in the mob editor is to change it so I can see all the blocks individually. This way I'm not distracted by any of the colors and I know which blocks or which skeleton blocks are different. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this shell into the main part of the blimp. I can click this, I can make it go side to side, make it go higher, make it go back and forth. I'll have it centered again, and I'll just make it go higher. So let's just put 2. And this isn't the right size, so what I can do is use this, the resizing tool, and make it deeper. Let's have it have a depth of 16. Let's see, I want a width of 20, and the height's going to make it longer, and let's say 28. Cool? So this is just part of it. I want to use this block again, but make it smaller. So I can click the duplicate, click it right here, and although you don't see it, it has been duplicated. So if I move this back and forth, you can see that it's a separate block. I'm going to move it right here. I'm going to resize this one to be smaller. This will help our block look more round. I know there's still cubes and rectangular prisms, but by having a smaller rectangular prism, it makes it look like this whole thing is round. And I'm going to do that again. Duplicate it, and then move it out, and shrink it down. And this will be the main body of the blimp. I also kind of want to do it in the front too, but maybe I'll use one less block. I'll duplicate and I'll move it slightly forward, and I'll shrink it greatly, maybe a little bit more wide. Cool. And I'll take these feet and I'll move them up. Maybe I'll move them out first, actually. Move them back. And I can place them like fins on a blimp. Do that with this side as well. Move it back. Try to make them as similar as possible. Move it out, and then move it up. Not exactly perfect, but we can move that. I can do the same for these fins. Actually, these fins are a little too long, but I could rotate them. So let me see. If I rotate it this way, let's put 90 degrees. And then rotate this one as well. I can change the fins to be an angle that I like better. If I want to move it in a more specific spot, you can just type in values here and see what works for you. Well, 9's pretty good. I'll change this one to 9 as well. And lastly, to finish off the body, we want to make it so that this part is hanging and smaller on the bottom. This is where a pilot goes in a blimp. So we can do the same thing. We can move this. It needs to go back more. It needs to go down as well. We also need to shrink it a bit. That looks pretty good to me. Shrink this one as well. And this piece. So now we have the basic outlines of a blimp. If we click black, we can see what the texture looks like. It looks a bit odd. What I like to do is use the paint bucket, and I can start painting whatever I like. This way, I can choose this whole side and make my own design. After coloring it through, you can add whatever you'd like. Make it orange, make it purple, but make it something that you like. For example, if we look at the blimp that I had made previously, it looks a little different. I've used the angles and I made these not exactly right angles. So these are at 25 degrees. And I've changed it around. And I've done the same with the Da Vinci's glider and the hot air balloon. As long as you can make a good skeleton or box model of this, then you can paint it to look however you'd like. And that's the basics of how I made my blimp in the Tynker Mob Editor. I hope everyone had some fun watching and learning on how I made that. And I hope everyone sticks around for the rest of the Summer Code Jam. This is only the 4th competition we have, and we have many more to come. Thanks, and have a good one.